I'm Bethany Wallace. I specifically want to talk to job seekers right now. I want to propose to you that a great way for you to ascertain whether or not a company or even an industry is a good fit for you is through job shadowing. Another way to phrase that, or another term that you can use, is to conduct a site visit. And you can just sort of incorporate informational interview into that process, but it is so valuable if you're a job seeker with no experience in a specific role, or with no experience in an industry, or with no knowledge of a specific company, for you to be able to actually spend some time shadowing or just watching people work, whether that's for an hour, for a whole day, or conducting a site visit, and maybe not shadowing specific people, but getting a tour of the facility and getting to meet with people who might potentially be leaders or managers over you if you were to accept a job in a certain business unit. Being able to just have that time when you can observe the workplace and how people do people look positive or not. I can't underscore the value of that. And the reason that I feel compelled to share this with you is because I've heard people say that job shadowing is really a waste of time because you're not actually gaining experience. The opposite is true, in my opinion. And the reason I feel so strongly about it is probably because when I worked in career services at two different higher ed institutions, I conducted lots of site visits or employer visits. And I would usually be allowed to tour the facility, whatever type of industry or workplace it was. Most of them felt pretty comfortable, like giving me a visitor badge and letting me walk around and showing me these are the 6 buildings on site, and this is our break room, and this is where people gather when they have conferences or whatever. It would give me a little bit of a taste of the actual place where my students might be working someday. And it would also help me to visualize the work being done if it was in an industry I wasn't familiar with. For example, I got to tour an information technology company, and to see what does it actually look like to have all of these servers in one space, and then what are these people doing in relation to those servers? What does it look like when you tour a manufacturing facility? Like, let's say that you major in logistics, but you've never actually been on site in a trucking company or with a major manufacturer. So being able to go and tour a facility, a manufacturing facility, for example. I've been in lots of those over my time in career services, and it's fascinating. You feel like you're on like a Mr. Rogers field trip from back in the day when he would roll those little clips of like the crayons going down the assembly line. And so not only is it fun and fascinating, but also it really helps you to create that visual image, that picture in your mind of what it means to be an employee of X manufacturer or X facility. And that sort of mental picture that you can carry with you and be able to insert yourself into that memory. And so can I see myself standing on my feet all day on concrete and in this building that's kind of loud? Would I want to do that all day? I don't know. There are some people who thrive in that. It's probably not the best environment for me. But I only know that because I spent a day in multiple manufacturing facilities, and I also do corporate chaplaincy in a manufacturing facility. And so I know what that environment is like. And I've been able to see the really upside, the positive to that environment, and also the downs. And so the only way to really get a sense of what an industry or job role is like is to either do it yourself or spend some time with the people who are doing it. And so the closest you can get to that would be, an apprenticeship or an internship or an externship. But if you can't secure those sorts of opportunities, then conducting a site visit or doing some job shadowing is the next best thing. And I would really encourage you, especially if you're a college student or if you are transitioning to a new career field or a new industry, to consider asking for those opportunities. Most employers are pretty open to that, and most colleges are already planning those visits for you, or can plan them for you and sort of be the liaison with the employer. So hopefully that's something that you'll consider and that will sort of help you to get a better sense of the opportunities in front of you so that you can make decisions which will aid in your career success and fulfillment. If you need help with anything along the way related to career coaching, please reach out to me at BethanyWallaceCo.com.